Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Good Wednesday. So today I am going to talk about how I was able to land a job after a layoff, literally 2 weeks later, a job offer. How I was able to land a job offer literally 2 weeks later after after being laid off. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it happened, or like when I think how it happened. And we're gonna have an amazing live stream today. Okay, so if you are new to my live stream, welcome. My name is Eugene Berezin. I'm a senior iOS developer. I am a mentor. I'm a career coach. I'm here to help other software developers to succeed at their careers, to succeed at their career goals, to succeed at what they're trying to do to maximize their earning potential. And this is like I've been in tech since 2016, and this is something that I'm really passionate about, helping other people to succeed. So I'm not going to be long today. Before you and But I really wanted to bring the point home how I good morning. So if you see a LinkedIn user here, so meaning like StreamYard is having difficulties to see your name. So like, no, don't worry about it. So like, I know who you are. And also drop in the chat, like as other people say, good morning, good morning, good morning, and connect and network with each other. So people who've been on my live streams before, they know that like the best way to network on live streams is commenting on the live stream, saying good morning, saying good morning, saying kind of introducing yourself. You don't have to say anything profound. So comment and share like your perspectives, or just say hello, just say where you're watching me from. Also, like this is the tip that I give every single live stream. People overlook the reactions. So go ahead and look at the reactions. And also, some people are a little bit too shy to comment and say anything, right? Even if you're watching me on replay, please comment, because people can come back and connect with you, because you never know who's watching. So, but you can also check out reactions. And I encourage you to react on my live stream, because also this is also how we connect. And I give you permission to connect with people who react on my live stream. So, because this is how we do. So, let's start talking about good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's start talking about how this all happened. Like I got laid off, and literally 2 weeks later, I have a job offer on hand. And more importantly, not just any job offer, right? I essentially, like, I'm very grateful that essentially I didn't lose anything, like in terms of the pay. Well, it depends what you calculate in the pay, but like the final, like the amount of money that I get at the end of the day into my bank account, that portion did not decrease. And also uh, everything worked out really well. Great team, right? And great mission. So like everything kind of aligned. So let's break it down how it all happened. So if you don't know me, if you're new to me, I'm gonna say it again, I did not get there alone. I do not win alone. I need people. I need strong network. I need amazing people like you all. I need amazing recruiters. I need amazing hiring managers. I need amazing engineers to get to the top. Nobody gets there. Nobody gets there alone. Nobody gets to the top alone. So I'm really, really grateful for my network. for my network. So what had happened was I got a meeting with HR, and after my meeting with HR, what happened? My manager and my HR executive informed me that my position was eliminated. Later on, I posted a video where I explain like the situation. And you know what? Before I posted the video, right? Before I posted the video, I had to like I really had to sit down and think about what do I want to do next. Because on the one hand, right, like something that I know how to do is to look for a job and is how to land a job. But also, I'm very passionate about helping other software engineers, helping other developers to land their jobs, to maximize their potential, to run, to help others. And I was thinking about what is important, like not just like not what I need to do, what is important to me, right? And what came to mind, like it's important to me to serve others, to serve other developers in terms of mentoring and coaching and helping them get there, helping get there to the mountain that they're striving to get to. It was super important to me, but also, but also, um, uh, I lost my train of thought. But also, I lost my train of thought. So, um, but also like serving other teams and other companies because like I understand there are so many ways I can serve people. There are so many ways I can I can influence and bring value into people's lives by mentoring, by coaching, by writing high quality code, by helping teams to scale. So that was important to me. I sat down, I recorded a video, and I said, hey, this is what happened. This is what I want to do. Like, I want to serve other iOS developers and not just iOS developers, any developers, but also I'm open to serve teams. I'm open to serve teams. And I kind of like went a little bit into my background, what was my background, what technology I know, what is my specialty, like really quick, and what I'm striving for. And then literally a few hours later, a recruiter, amazing recruiter, by the way, hit me up with with a contract, with a good contract. And normally, right, normally contracts, they can like they're good contracts, they're bad contracts, depends on your priorities, like depends what you prioritize. I personally like contracts. Why? Because majority of my jobs that I landed as a full-time opportunity came from contracts. Only later on, I start getting, I think my last two positions, right? I think it was Nordstrom and Care. No, yeah, Nordstrom and Care. Yeah, Nordstrom. Yeah, Nordstrom and Care. They were full time at the beginning. Many other positions came through contract to hire or started as a contract. They didn't know when they were going to go, but then by providing value, by working with me, they decided to hire me full time. So I'm not too bougie to take a contract. Okay, like I know some of you are and think like, well, like as a contract in, like there's the whole stigma in tech. Well, as a contractor, we're gonna talk about contracts in a different live stream. So like, but I said yes. I said like yes. I'm willing to help companies. I'm willing to help teams. And the form, if it is a contract or if it is a full time or if it is even freelance, doesn't really matter as much. It matters what I actually do, how I actually help companies. So we got in touch and I scheduled my interview literally for the next week because I was moving from Seattle. Well, I was moving from Chicago to Seattle, and everything was like I had no idea when I'm going to actually be in Seattle in a place where I can like talk to y'all like this, right in my office. Everything is organized, everything is looking nice. I have stable internet connection. So I did not know. So I said, like, let's push it down to Friday. Let's push it down to Friday to be safe. And we scheduled interview on Friday. And the interview went really well. And the interview also went really well. And literally on that day, I knew that the decision was yes. And after all like formal things that needed to happen, I got official offer letter that like I was offered a job. So this is how it happened. Now, what is behind the scene? What hello, welcome. So what is behind the scene? What is behind the scene? Why it happened? Because a lot of people posting, a lot of people saying that they got laid off, a lot of people doing similar things, kind of, but not really. So what happened? Like, number one, this is something that I teach inside of my program. It's your executive presence. It's your consistency, right? And your what is executive presence? What is executive presence precisely? Is when you show up on a regular basis, consistently as an expert in your industry. And doesn't mean that you know it all. It doesn't mean that you have everything figured out. And doesn't mean that like you're flawless. It means that you show up with your knowledge. You're building in public, no matter if you're a junior or senior. You show up in public and consistently, and you consistent with your effort. And this is how you build your executive presence, y'all. So number one is executive presence. Number two is amazing framework, amazing network. So, which it's all of you. I think all of you, like you all are amazing people. I'm super fortunate and blessed to have such a such an amazing network. This is why I say I do not win alone. I do not win alone. Nobody wins alone. Nobody wins alone. I was alone and haven't had an interview since April, being sad, but I'm going to take notes. First of all, I'm so sorry. I hear you, but the only reason I got landed that interview, right, is because of my network, and because of my network with recruiters, right, and also communication with recruiters. I actually spoke with that recruiter before, right, but when we're not looking for a job, it's a perfect opportunity to invite them into your ethos and invite you to in them into your world and say, hey, not looking for right now, but let's network. And good recruiters, they will take it they will take it, and you will have a good recruiter in your backpack. And you're amazing too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback. So good network, good network. Hello from Austin, and hello Eugene. I'm so happy to hear you had landed a new job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So strong network, right? Executive presence, strong network, and you have to have technical skills, right? Because like you can have executive presence, you can have strong network, but if you don't know what you're talking about at the end of the day, then like that piece of foundation like is not sustainable, right? You have to improve your skills. You have to keep working on your skills, right? And also it's important during your interview. It's not just your technical skills, because also after I start after I started working on my business, right? After I started diving into more business development and entrepreneurship and coaching, I started learning how to articulate my value, right? As a business owner, as a coach, as a mentor, uh, I started learning how to communicate my value, like so my people would hear me loud and clear. So, and this is exactly the same technique that I used at the interview, even unintentionally, because like your mind shift, like your mindset shifts, right? When you're improving and you're working on your skills, and like your mindset shifts. And when you're working with the right people, your mind starts shifting in the right direction. So uh, value communication, communicate your value at the interview, so company can hear you, company can see you, and they can see what you deliver. Yes, talk about your technical skills. Yes, talk about your technical skills because it is important, but also what have you done, what you achieve, what difference have you made at work. Because converting from a UI kit to Swift UI, right? Or like writing certain amount of code by itself, it has no value. You did it for some reason, for one reason or another. You did it for something. So value is important, and um, also it's your leadership. Like, right, you should be a gentle leader, and you should be, yes, they are leading the interview, they are calling the shots, they're telling you where, when it's going, what is going to happen, but you can demonstrate your leadership skills by leading the discussion from boring questions and answers to your story, to the mountain that you are taking them to what you can deliver. And when you're taking that leadership, right? When you're taking that control gently, people feel safe, people listen to your story, and people see you differently. Because listen, HR questions, right? Even technical questions, they're all the same. And majority of people who know what they're talking about, they probably going to give you the same answers. What is important? Here's the thing: interview is a, yes, it is two-way process. Yet you interviewing the company, they interviewing you, but also as a, like, I invite each and every one of you, stop thinking of yourself as an employee and start thinking of yourself as a business of one. And if you're a business of one, your goal is to figure out what my customer wants, and your customer is your employer, what my customer wants, and then it becomes about them. And then you're taking them to the mountain, that to the goal and to the mountain that they're trying to achieve. And then you start leading them to that mountain, and then people start following you. People start following you. Not many people teach that, but it's really important to communicate your value and lead the discussions to the mountain that they are trying to achieve. Because my first question, right, when they turn the tables and ask, so do you have any questions for me? My first question: what is your pain point? Why am I needed? Like, what can I solve for you? And it's a very practical, serious question. It's not like just arbitrary, like, questions, like, what is your ideal candidate, right? Like, or whatever. Like, what does an ideal team player will look like at your company? Like, my first question: what can I do for you? So, like, if it is a full time, like, I would word it a little bit differently. I will say, like, okay, what is my 30, 60, 90-day plan is? If it is a contract, I honor my position as a contractor, and I say, hey, as a contractor, I need to deliver stuff fast. So, what can I deliver you to you fast? What do you need right now? What pain I can eliminate for your team so you can move forward? And then I start and then I start building my conversation around that. Then I start building my conversation around that. But it is a persistent work, right? Showing up as an expert, right? Build, lead, and prosper. You're building foundation. You build your executive presence. You build your amazing network. This is why it is important to connect with the right people. This is why it is important to have the right mentor. This is why it is important to follow the people that align with your goals and with yourself. So build amazing network and build the skill set. Skill set is also important, and skill set important in terms of your practical application, right? Like your framework, your programming language, but also skill set of thinking as a solution provider, thinking as a problem solver, because y'all problem solvers and solution providers. So let me see in the chat, like, let me see what you're saying in the chat. Eugene, what do you mean by strong network? Sometimes when I connect with people, hoping that we might have some good conversation, they never reply back. Well, what do I mean by strong connections? Is you see how, like, what people do on the LinkedIn, right? Like how people interact with each other on LinkedIn. Let's say you see this live stream, right? And you see people like engage and interact, and so you might want to connect with them because it kind of like it's a sign to you that like they probably going to interact with you well, right? And also maybe like some people are busy and not as active in the DMs on LinkedIn. Some people might be a little shy. Like the situation can be a little different, right? Like and I always try to start like just a conversation and then see where it goes, right? Like I don't have to jump to like, hey, like let's say I was laid off. Hey, I was laid off recently. Do you happen to have any openings? Like I never really start that conversation too soon. Like I may get to it, I may not get to it. Like, but my most important thing is to get to know another person, not make it a transaction, or not make it transactional. So, and then I also have people who never respond to my messages, and that's okay. And that's okay. So, but what is important is to expand your network daily. There's so many users on LinkedIn, there are so many users on Twitter. So connect with different people and in different places. Of course, LinkedIn, I recommend LinkedIn as a main networking platform, but you can also network with people on Twitter who are not active on LinkedIn. And YouTube is your third platform where you can find people, like follow creators that you like, and follow and find them on main platforms. So, what is your pain point? That's such an excellent question. I do have to ask the 39 and 6 months plan, but this pain point would be linked to some great insights. Yes, yes. People, and it's also a very good test for the company. Sometimes people, like, you will be surprised if there's no pain point, if they're like unclear where you're gonna fit in a company, and they will tell you without telling you. They're like, um, well, helping a team, I guess, or something like that, or like if they have something burning, quite like burning pain point going on, like, hey, we're trying to scale this project, and we really would like to get it up and running as soon as possible. So, and we really need help with that. You may be on that project, you may not be on that project, but that question can really cascade your further questions, and then you are attacking from well, you're not even attacking, right? You're pulling them to you from this standpoint, like, hey, but I'm really trying to help and serve you, right? I'm really trying to solve your problem versus, like interrogating them. But then, of course, right, you go deeper in the questions where you like ask about, like, you can ask them about culture without really asking culture directly. Like the questions that you can ask during interview is the whole another live stream. So, but this is how I landed my job literally 2 weeks later. I secured my interview literally a few hours later. And also, very important, be prepared. Be prepared, not just for the interview, but be prepared. Be prepared with your resume, be prepared with your references, be prepared, answer your recruiters in a timely manner, be on top of things. If I was not being, if I wasn't, let me say it again, like my English is just failing me this morning. If I was on top, then there would be a delay. And I could not, like, if you know me, like, I don't like delays. Like, it's just my personal thing. I don't like delays. I like I'm on the ready. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go now. I'm ready to go immediately. So be on top of things. Have your resume ready. My recruiter told me, like, hey, they're looking for this. They're looking for customer facing features. A developer who is really good with customer facing features. I'm like, done. As we were chatting on the in the DMs, I was already editing my resume in a way that it would point out what they're looking for. As we are talking, and mind you, like, I was busy. I was packing. I was packing my apartment in Chicago because I was just getting ready to move. I'm like, you know what? I need to take a breather. I need to take a pause, and I need to I need to finish my resume, and I need to finish the conversation. Get references really quick. Make sure that people can provide references, and I need to get it done. So, because it was my highest priority, right? And everything else later. So be prepared. Also, be prepared for the interview. If your recruiter gives you insight what can possibly be asked during interview, study it. Even if you know it, study it. Because I guarantee you, if you haven't interviewed for a while, you it might be difficult, right? And I haven't interviewed for a while, for like almost like a year and a half, longer than that, almost like a year, maybe like 8 months, something like that. Like, it's been a while. And let me tell you something. It's like, if you haven't interviewed for a while, it's kind of difficult in your racking. And like, yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good interview, but also some certain technical questions are like, ooh, shoot, I don't remember. I need to actually look it up. Well, it was a practical example, so I could look it up. Like, hey, I have an interview for like a year and a half, and certain type of code I don't normally write on an everyday basis, because normally mature teams will already have certain code, certain boilerplate. But I digress. Like Davina said, exactly, Eugene, tailor your resume into the role in which you are applying for. They are all different. Yes, yes, and also, if you're working with a recruiter, ask recruiter what is important. What do they want to see? What is important? What I can point out, and it's not necessarily, if it's your technical skills, they can say, "Hey, like, really point out technical skills." If it's non-technical, well, like, hey, they really need like customer-facing features. Like, point that out. Point that out. So, I thank you, each and every one of you, for jumping on my live stream. Like, thank you so much. I appreciate your engagement. I appreciate you coming over here. If you are curious about my coaching program, the link is in my bio. Feel free to grab a time slot if you need help with your like interviews career, because like as a part of my coaching program, I work not just on soft skills but like technical skills, and really implementing that build, lead, and prosper framework, so you can develop robust network, robust uh, um, uh, executive presence, and you can lead people to you. So thank you so much for joining. I will see you in the next video. Next week, I'm going back to my regular schedule for my live streams. I will be streaming 3 times a week. So stay tuned. And I wish everybody, especially who is looking for a new opportunity right now, especially who is laid off right now, I wish you that you find your opportunity sooner than later. And I pray that you will overcome those obstacles, that you overcome those difficulties, and we all land our careers, and we all figure out our path forward before the holidays, because we can do it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.